Good evening, guys. I hope you're all well. Happy New Year, first of all. I hope you've all had a absolutely fantastic Christmas and celebrated the new year and saw the new year in great style last night and not nursing too much of a hangover today. Okay, so I thought I'd come online tonight and just do a quick video because many of you are returning back to work tomorrow, and maybe as of tomorrow you are starting with a New Year's resolution. Now, I have my thoughts on New Year's resolutions. I'm more of a habit kind of guy. I believe in New Year's habits or new month habits rather than resolutions, because I often feel that they're just ideas plucked out of thin air, and we kind of hope that this resolution will come to fruition rather than have a plan in place. So as we move into 2019, yeah, great if you've got some resolutions and you want to achieve some health and fitness goals this year, absolutely amazing. However, I would encourage you to look at daily habits that are going to make those resolutions be more realistic, be more achievable. But that's a different video in itself. So tonight, I wanted to talk to you about calories, but I'm not going to blow your mind with loads of information, because I think that that's sometimes what's confusing, and that is sometimes what is causing us to not entirely know what the best solution is to this problem. So I have a very easy analogy that I use when I talk to individuals, which is linking calories with money. Because again, you may not truly understand money, but you might have a basic understanding of money. So what I'm saying is, you may not truly understand how corporation tax works, investments works, all of those sort of things, which could be a completely different conversation in itself. But when we look at our basics when it comes to money, we all have a bit of an understanding. We all know if we spend too much, we get in debt. We all know that if we save some money, eventually this pot or this bank account, which we can go to, will have a saving amount, okay? A quantifiable amount that we've saved over a period of time. So we have an understanding of money. We spend too much, we get in debt, we start looking at lending, we look at borrowing. We live to our means, which basically means we do the same time and time again, month in, month out. And then we also have another scenario, which is we can save some money and we can put it into a certain savings account, and we can go to it when we need it. And that is where you can get a better understanding of calories from, is your financial position or a financial position. So I've made some notes, because I want to make sure that the information that I provide you tonight is well thought out and it's just not off the cuff. So I sat down a few minutes before I thought of coming online tonight and made a few notes on this. So first of all, we all have a monthly salary to some degree. Now, some of you might be self-employed, some of you might not have a predictable income or reliable income. One month it's higher than the other, but let's just say, for the example of this video, we have a monthly salary. And I've made a note here of your monthly salary being £2,000. Okay? I always want you to have in the back of your mind that £2,000 is also transferable to 2,000 calories. So we have 2,000. We have £2,000 or 2,000 calories, whichever way you find this example easier to follow. We live to that amount month by month. So it's January, payday comes, we have £2,000 in our bank account. We know that X amounts go into our mortgage or our rent. We know X amounts go into council tax, water, electric, gas, phone bill, Sky TV, broadband, Wi-Fi, whatever. We know that out of that £2,000 a month, X amount of pounds has been allocated to cover certain bills, which then leaves us with maybe a play pot, which we can spend on what we want month in, month out. But we work to £2,000, because If I spend over that in January, when my £2,000 paycheck hits my account, if I spend over that, I am now using money that possibly isn't mine because it's via lending from the bank, or that's possibly being borrowed for a short period of time, i.e. a credit card. Or I've gone into my overdraft and I get fees put onto it. Or I can go, right, I got my £2,000 a month. I know that I'm not going to spend over because I've allocated this to this to this to this. And I've got my play pot as well, which is stuff that I could just go and spend on clothes, nights out, dinner with friends, etc. So I have my understanding. Now, if you want to upgrade that and take that 2,000 calories to a higher amount, you need to upgrade. So again, if you're following this and you're thinking of salary, £2,000, we need to think, right, well, if I'm overspending, I've got to figure out a way in which I can earn more. So maybe you might ask for a promotion, maybe you might ask for a pay rise in your job, and you could then take your monthly income to £2,500. The way we do that in health and fitness, if we're wanting to be able to eat more, is we need to upgrade our body. We need to upgrade our engine so that we have a reason for it to have more calories taken on board, or give the body a reason to consume more calories, to require more energy. So if we want to be eating more food, okay, then we need to upgrade our body. We need to give it a necessity or a reason, a requirement to have that additional calorie intake. So much like in the business world, if we want to earn more money and we want, because we're always getting into debt and we're like, right, well, I'll keep going. I've got my £2,000 a month, but I need 2,300. You've either got to work some overtime, you've either got to do more, get a promotion, or find an additional job. The same goes with calories. If at the moment we've got 2,000 calories as what we're consuming and we're finding out that we're going over that, we need to move more. We need to train more frequently. Okay, we maybe need to work at a better intensity than what we're currently doing. So you need to upgrade your physique. An example is that I have friends that are in better shape than me as personal trainers, and they can eat far more than me because their body can utilize those additional calories far greater than I am because they have more lean muscle mass. They are more active than I am. If I want to be able to eat more without putting on any body fat, without putting on any weight, I might have to take a leaf out of their book and start training more, start being more active, start doing the things that they do. Follow, as I've said in previous videos before, success leaves clues. However, let's just say, again, we've got this £2,000 scenario to begin with, or this 2,000 calorie scenario to begin with. If you get demoted at work and your boss turns around to you and says, right, you're not performing, we're going to demote you. Okay, we're taking away all these responsibilities from you, but also, excuse me, what comes with that is a pay decrease. So you've gone from £2,000 a month down to £1,500 a month. You're scratching your head going, well, my bills come to £1,700 a month, all in, but my boss has cut me down. I'm now £200 short every single month. Where am I going to find this from? Okay, so these are scenarios that hopefully none of you have had to face in life, but they are very much the same when it comes to nutrition. If you go through a period of your life when you're not as active, maybe an injury, maybe an illness, maybe just lack of motivation, and you have then gone down and you've demotivated, or you've downgraded your physique, you've downgraded your body, you've downgraded your energy expenditure, then yes, you will then have to downgrade your caloric intake. So then we bring it right back down to £1,500 per se. Okay, because we can't keep enjoying all those caloric foods if the requirement for our body to utilize them and take them on board and use them as energy isn't there. So just to recap, we have a promotion at work, we can eat more calories. Promotion at work means we spend more money, or at least we earn more money. If we upgrade our physique by doing additional training and making it a better furnace, okay, and we utilize energy in a better way, then we can take more calories on board. If you're going through a period of high intensity training, high frequency in volume, high frequency in training sessions, maybe some high volume, the intensity is increased, then yes, we look to increase the calories. Okay, a bit like doing overtime at work. You're doing more hours at work, you're expecting more money to come in maybe if you're getting paid for it. But the moral of this whole story is that whatever you do, if you were to associate calories with finances, if you were to sit down and go, right, okay, well, I'm gonna struggle for a little while, you just wouldn't spend as much. So if you're going to struggle to get to the gym because work's busy, you just won't eat as much. If you're going to the gym a lot more and you're working a lot more at work, you would do two things. If you were working a lot more at work, you'd probably ask for more money, overtime, pay rise. Okay, if you took on a new project. If you're training a lot more, then your body's going to ask you for more calories. It needs more energy. What have I written here? We have the ability to save money or save energy, and we have the ability to overspend on energy. And by that I mean, if we work our calories on a bigger picture, i.e. a week at a time or a month at a time, we could then go, right, okay, well, at the end of January I've got my mate's birthday. So I've got my mate's birthday coming up. I know it's going to be a boozy one. I know that we're going to go out and eat some high caloric foods. I'm going to make some savvy decisions in the meantime to save some calories. And you save some calories on maybe a daily basis, which enables you to then go out and know that you've made a saving that you could then spend on that night. The same goes that if I wanted a weekend away at the end of January, I know that maybe plucking a couple of £100 out of thin air at the back end of January isn't going to be the easiest thing. So if I start saving a little bit of money each day, each week, maybe cut out that daily coffee from Costa at £3.20 a time, it adds up. By the end of the month I've got 90 odd quid. Happy days. Okay, so there's the ability to understand that saving money is the same as saving calories to a certain degree, but also overspending money, putting us into debt, also is the same when it comes to calories. If we're constantly eating too much, like we might have done over the festive period, we have then potentially got into a caloric amount of debt, i.e. weight gain, fat gain. Hoping you're with me so far. Any questions? Feel free, comment below. I will be doing a lot more of these live videos as we go into the new year, especially to help you guys get the ball rolling in your health and fitness journey. What else have I written here? So like I just said, debt in finances means that you get into financial trouble, you're overspending too much. It's the same with nutrition. If you're eating too much, you're going to be putting weight on, you're going to be putting body fat on, your body composition isn't going to be looking as good as you'd hope it to be. Okay, so I've put here, look at the bigger picture of finances and look at the bigger picture of calories. So, big things that people save up for: houses, cars, holidays, okay, weddings as well. 4 big things: houses, cars, holidays, weddings. If I was to be saving for one of those 4 things, I would sit down and go, right, okay, my monthly salary allows me to earn this amount of money. These are my bills, these have already been allocated. I can therefore afford to save this amount of money, which isn't going to cause me any financial distress, isn't going to make me need to be a social recluse, isn't going to make me stress. Okay, it's a manageable amount. Over X amount of months, however long it is before the deadline of buying a house, buying a car, going on holiday or getting married, I will have X amount of money. The same concept can be applied to your nutrition. If you save X amount of calories per day, per week, per month, per quarter, per year, your body will be in a completely different place. Okay, it might need one of those events for you to start to understand that saving for a wedding might also make you save calories for the same wedding. Saving money for a holiday might also be the same reason that you're saving calories for the holiday. The calories that you usually spend, i.e. on takeaways, or the calories that you usually consume from spending money on takeaways, will probably pay for that holiday. So look at the bigger picture. Don't always just think to yourself, oh God, I've had a really bad day. Like, hey, got some pick and mix here. I'll probably be enjoying this over the next few days, but I won't worry about it, because providing I don't overspend, i.e. overspend my monthly salary, overspend my daily calories, everything can fit. Okay, so one thing that we often have an issue with, and that is when we look at spending money, we freak out. when we go and spend too much money, we're like, oh shit, spent too much money on X whatever, clothes, okay, tickets for a gig, a weekend away, Christmas presents, anything like that where we overspend. Same goes with calories, okay? So if you're an individual that goes out and eats and likes to dine out with friends and you're consuming and then it just spirals out of control, and then before you know it, you're ordering bottles of champagne to the table and you've really, really gone to town over it, rather than going, oh, F it, I'm going to throw the towel in and I'm going to just start again next Monday, which is X amount of days away, be sensible. If I look at my financial position, i.e. my £2,000 a month income, and on one night I spend £500 of that £2,000, I've got £1,500 left to play with. So then I just have to make a bit more of a savvy decision on other things that might be in my fun pot. Okay, so for example, if you have 2,000 calories a day to work with, and the first thing, if you're working daily and the first thing in the morning is your partner makes you a nice big fry up, and that takes 1,000 calories away, 800, 900 calories away, you've got 1,100 calories to work through the rest of the day. If you're like many people, you've binged on a Friday night on alcohol takeaway, you've binged on a Saturday, you binged on a Sunday, and then you go to yourself, well, I'll be clean from Monday. Let me just work this out. So you've got 2,000 calories a day, but on Friday night or on Friday, you do 2,500. So you're in a 500 calories surplus. So we've already spent £500 more than what we should have done. You do the same on Saturday. So that's another £500, 500 calories. So we're now £1,000 in debt just in 2 days, or 1,000 calories in debt just in 2 days. Third day, another £500, 500 calories. That's £1,500 in calories or debt that we've done. But rather than freak out, we go, right, okay, well, there's 3 days done, okay, out of my potential 7, okay, because we've got a week. Then the 1,500 that we've done, we don't starve ourselves the next day. So we don't do Friday 2,500, Saturday 2,500, Sunday 2,500. So on Monday, we'll go for a 500 calorie diet and really undo those 3 days. We go, right, well, we've got 4 days left before my weekly cycle starts again. I'll just divide that 1,500 over the 4 days. And it will make it much more manageable for you. Much easier. The same goes with, if you're not just looking at it on a weekly basis, you could do it over a month. So if you have a bad week, spread whatever damage, financial damage, calorie damage you did over that week, over the rest of the month. Because you probably will still make a net loss. Okay, hopefully you're still with me. Any questions, feel free to comment below. Imagine deficit. Okay, so this is the thing. This is where, especially now going into a new year, we're going to have some issues, especially with people that, have overindulged over Christmas and they're like, right, got to do this, got to do this, got to do this. I teach members of Paramount Fitness and clients of mine to write a list of 10 things that they believe that they will become healthier by doing, and then those 10 things all equate to 10%. Okay, so that would be 100% overhaul. But I never turn around to them and go, do all 10. I say, pick one. Pick one. Daily habit, like I said to you at the start of this video, work on a habit rather than a resolution. Resolution's more of a wish. A habit's something you can do daily that will eventually lead up. So that leads me on to this thing, which is, if you as an individual save 10% of your salary, your monthly salary, think about how much money you would have at the end of the year. Okay, so 10% of your salary in savings, put it into a savings account, 10% of your salary, by the end of the year you would have X amount of money. So if we put you in if you put yourself in a small calorie deficit of 10%, think how much weight you would have lost. Think how much body fat you would have lost over a period of time. Rather than thinking to yourself, right, it's New Year, I've got to smash this, I'm going to go health for leather, I'm going to join a gym, I'm going to eat this, I'm going to eat that, I'm not going to eat this, I'm not going to eat that, I'm not going to drink this, I'm going to drink that. And you make all these drastic changes, which equates to, say, the example I've written here, 50%. That's like going, well, I've got £2,000 a month, I'm going to try and live off £1,000, downgrade everything in my life, and save £1,000 per month. Great. Your deficit's huge, your saving pot's huge, but it's totally unrealistic. It's totally unrealistic. It's not going to be achievable. Within a couple of months, you're going to be banging your head against a brick wall. You're going to be going, this is too hard for me, this is too tough. And the same goes for your nutrition. So if you put yourself in too much of a caloric deficit, you're just going to be banging your head against a brick wall. You're going to be a social recluse. You're not going to enjoy it. You're going to have poor energy levels, poor sleep patterns, poor performance levels in the gym. You're going to be an absolute arsehole to be around. You know, it's just not worth that significant, drastic measure. Okay? You want to be doing something that's sustainable. So if you turn around to any business person and said your business is going to grow 10%, yeah, they'll go, yeah, that's fine. Great. If my business goes 10% every year or every month or however, whatever time frame they want to do it by, be buzzing. 50% is, they'll be like, great, money in the bank, great global empire, very hard to manage. Same goes with your nutrition. Same goes if you're trying to save 50% of your salary. Has anyone ever managed to save 50% of their salary? I certainly couldn't do it. Okay, it would cause me to not live in the house that I live in, not have the things I have, and it just wouldn't be enjoyable. So therefore, why would we do it with our calories? Why would we restrict ourselves and try to bring ourselves back to saving stupid amount of calories in the effort to lose some weight? So you'll lose some weight and then it will just come back on. So the same goes with a surplus. Okay, so if you're looking to gain weight, okay, you won't go 50% of your calories straight away. You won't be like, right, okay, so I want to put some weight on, I want to get some muscle, I want to look bigger, I want to get, stacked, whatever it is. You wouldn't go, right, my calories at the moment is 2,000. I'm going to whack them right up to 3,000 calories a day. Energy levels are pretty the same. What do you think is going to happen? Going to get bigger, but not in a good sense. Okay, gradual increase of calories. Same thing. Gradual deficit, gradual surplus. Okay, good weight training, good frequency in the gym, good amounts of intensity. 10%, 10%, 10%, 10%. Snowball effect. Okay, I'll use a different analogy on snowballs. Okay, no idea how long I've been rambling on for, but all I would say is, moving into the new year, you have no reason to be a nutritional guru to elicit fat loss or elicit weight loss. All of this information, or all of the information that you may see front of magazines, on the news, publicised on social media, whatever, can be very misleading, can be very confusing, can provide you with many conflicting pieces of information, a lot of which doesn't really come from any substance, doesn't really come from any research or anything like that. If you understand energy in the sense of energy in versus energy out, the same as you understand your monthly finances, in the sense that you save money, you spend money, you maintain, and you live to your means, you have got a basic understanding of calories in versus calories out. What I've written here is, nor do you need to be a financial advisor to understand the concept. Okay, you don't have to understand your taxes, your corporation tax, your inflation, all that sort of stuff. Let's keep it simple. £2,000 comes into my bank every single month. I live to my means, I spend £2,000 a month. Every month I know that everything is the same. My body fat doesn't change, my weight doesn't go down, my weight doesn't go up. We switch that to calories. 2,000 calories comes into my body every day. That's my caloric requirements, stay the same. Nothing will change. If I want to alter that, and if I want to therefore save some money, my £2,000 salary per month, and I only spend £1,800 over that month, I have a £200 savings every month. We switch that to the calorie concept, 2,000 calories a day. I then make a decision to only consume 1,800 calories a day. There's a 200 calorie deficit. Same goes with the £2,000 a month. If I earn £2,000 a month, but I'm spending £2,200 a month, I will soon accrue debt. If my requirement for 2,000 calories a day keeps me the same, but I choose to consume 2,200 calories per day, I will gain weight. Eventually, over time, I will start to gain weight. So, you've got a couple of choices. You can spend to your earnings, i.e. stay the same. Or over time, you could make a small deficit, which is ultimately like creating a savings account. Or, I can't see why you'd want to do this, but you could continue to overspend, get yourself into debt, and therefore put yourself in a calorie surplus and gain weight. So, just to recap, gaining weight is the equivalent of overspending. Staying the same is the equivalent to living to your means, and losing weight is the equivalent of making a tiny saving every month. So, choose what you want to do. You all understand how much money you earn per month. You all understand how much money you spend per month. You all understand how many credit cards you've got, how many loans you've got, how often you dip into your overdraft. If you cannot control your finances, then maybe that's why you cannot control your calories. They both work very similarly. Guys, I hope you've enjoyed this video tonight. Give me a thumbs up if you have. Comment below. Ask me any questions. I've made many commitments over the Christmas period that I am choosing to commit to, that I will be creating into my daily routine, and one of which is to create more content via social media, via blog posts, via podcasts, etc., to give you straightforward information. Like I said, calories and money, the concept of overspending, saving, and living to your means has a direct kind of link with weight gain, weight loss, and staying the same. So there's my analogy. I hope that's helped as you move into the first month of 2019. Like I said, give me a thumbs up, comment below. If you have enjoyed this video, give me some feedback because it will encourage me to do more of them. Enjoy the rest of your evening. If you're back at work tomorrow, have a great day. If you've got a few more days off, enjoy them. And I wish you all the best for 2019. I'll talk to you soon.